Okay, welcome back. Last night I wanted to do a video so bad. I was so mentally drained due to the fact that I had an appointment really, really early, and also I was up all night, of course, and doing it back to back like that, it can be strenuous on your body as well as your mental, or your mental as well as your body. So my body is not normally tired, but my at the time my mental part was. And last night I wanted to make a video so bad, and I was just you know soaking in it with the Lord, and it's like, oh my gosh, but I want to be on there. But it seemed like all I wanted to do really is to really actually go to sleep. So but I just come to let you know, continue to allow the Lord to fight for you. um Resistance is heavy at the moment. um because he's doing all enemy is doing all that he can do to cause you to forfeit the blessing and what God has in store for you and is coming. Um, I had to delete accounts and everything today. Where this Jasper is still doing what he's doing. I don't know if I'm dealing with a warlock or what I'm dealing with, but it's an obsession somewhere. It has to be, right? So but of course, there again, I'll never give the enemy no credit, but what he's doing is not going to last, right? So, um, God, just know God got your back, right? I know He has my back. Let God fight for you, though. He can do it better than we can now. You do what you can do and what you're able to do, but just know to patch things up with certain things and, with certain ones or whatever. Leave that alone, take your hands off of it, and let God do the rest of it. Let Him do it, because in any situation, um, there's reason, right, with God. He could be still protecting you in some way, manner, shape, or form. So, we can't keep our hands into things, right? Or he's gonna just shut things down and even close the door. Which a lot of times I'd rather for the Lord to do, right? If you feel I'm about to go too far, or just shut it down at the moment, and he does. And a lot of times you can tell when things are happening, whether it's the enemy or whether it's of God, right? Once you learn how God is, right? And there again, God is a protector, and He will protect you in anything that He feels that you need to be protected from. So yeah, it's like triple. I saw that too somewhere. It was triple fire. I think it was something of that nature. It may have had another word to that, but it's like amped up. That's what I'm hearing now. Amped up. Things are amping up, right? And they really are. They're amping up, but um, we can survive and we can get through it. Like I always say, if we stay in God's presence, the important part is to stay close to God enough that we stay in like in our prayer closet, right? To continue to pray in God's presence and whatnot. Um, Sometimes I can feel like some type of heaviness or whatever on me and whatnot, and I just want to just release it. And you have people around, even if you have a room of your own. You have to. Sometimes you just want to be by yourself, like in the whole house at the time by yourself, right? So you just cry out, to God or whatever. But this is when my best moments are anyway, are midnight, right, at night. Um, and that's the times, a lot of times when the Lord wants to get you up anyway around that time, because they're the times that we fight spiritually, right? Because that's the highest altitude and activity that's going on around that time anyway. It is midnight, right, and beyond. So continue to be prayerful as much as possible. Stay under God. Keep prayers upon your lips. It's so very important, because prayer is so much a sustainer, right? It keeps you calm and mellow and, in sync with the Lord, for real. Even reading your word does as well. But sometimes we get to a point sometimes where we, so many things are going around, and it's because it's distraction, and that's what I'm hearing too. It's distraction from the enemy because the enemy wants you to forfeit your blessing, right? He wants to make you either sabotage it or just give it up, let it go, give up and just stop completely. But we can't. We've come this far, right? And God said himself, he hasn't brought us this far to leave us, right? So we've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, right? Trusting in his holy word. Because he has never failed us yet, and he never will, because he said he would never leave us nor forsake us. He'll be with us always, even until the end of the world, right? So this is what we have to believe. But besides prayer, faith is so much important to continue to keep, right, and to stand upon. Because it's a fight. It's a fight, but God, just know that God is fighting the most for you, right? Than ourselves. Because when we take it upon ourselves to fight, it becomes a mess, right? We're discombobulated. We're all over the place. We're flustered. We sometimes can get confused and you know misunderstand things, and and that's the devil's tactics. He wanted us to be that way. He wanted us to feel that way. He wanted us to like make us, throw us off track, right, and misguide all the way, right. So that's why it's important to keep God at our side, at our front, over us, and in us, and through us. So that's what I really wanted to come and say, because it's like an urgency for real, that we need to be with God more. So, be in the secret place, right? And be under the shadow of the Almighty, right? He said in 911, that Psalms 91, who are in the secret place of the Most High shall rest under the shadow of the Almighty, right? Because He's our refuge, right? He's our fortress in a time of trouble, in need. So He can hide us when we go through certain situations. He can hide us, more so, while He's fighting for us. So yeah, I don't want to keep going on. I have other things still I need to do, but I wanted to say this to come out to encourage someone, because it encourages me to know that these are things that I know I need to do. More so, I'm here, run to Jesus, right? Run to God, run to the Lord when you're dealing with certain situations and things that fall upon you, right? And the cares of this life and this world, and how things can really come upon you, right? You always run to God, and that's how you run to Him in prayer, right? You run to Him in supplication. You run to Him um, with your burdens, right? You run to Him when you're uh, discombobulated. You run to Him when you're confused, right? You run to Him when you're feeling lowly and grieved, and whatever it is that you feel, that's not, that is not right and not of you and not of God. You run to Him. You never run from Him. You always run towards Him, because He's the one that can take all your burdens, right? Instead, take your burdens to the Lord and leave them there, right? For His yoke is easy, He said, and His burdens are light. So He's the one to go to. He's like our caretaker. He takes care of us, in every aspect of our lives. He is the one. He is the whole source in everything, right? You take everything to Him, right? And that'll be all, because I can go on and on. You already know. And I'll leave it right here to this point. Um, I'm just sitting here thinking though about the car or whatever. I was walking, because just something brief, real quick, because it just came to my mind, my spirit. Um, I was walking, and I was at an appointment, and I was walking. It was a long strip, and of course I got there in no time. The Lord allowed me to get there, and I was just praying to the Lord while I was going. I was like, "Well, Lord, is it okay if I continue on, right, farther, to go where I'm going, just to make sure that, because sometimes you can hear someone speak to you or you think it is, and sometimes it can be your own conscience because your conscience is really strong, right? Your thoughts and your mind process. And when the minute I started praying that prayer about continue on farther where I was walking, right, if it was safe or whatever, the cardinals just come, red cardinal just come and swooped right over me. I tell you no lie, and went right on the side of me, not on the side of me, but on the side where someone's house was. And I said, okay, thank you, Lord, and I appreciate that, because you just gave me the answer, right? So, seek God, seek Him while He may be found, right? It said, asking it shall be given unto you, knocking the door shall be open unto you, right? Um, did I say it all? Yeah, ask, seek, and knock. Ask, it shall be given unto you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and the door shall be open unto you, right? So, we have to ask, seek, and knock. He said, you have not, because I heard it before. Came to me. If you have not, because you ask not, right? And don't matter what it is. Don't have to be any kind of materialistic thing or anything of that nature. But he said, you ask, you have not because you ask not. But you got to ask. You got to communicate with the Lord. That's what communion is. Communicating with God. To ask Him, different things. Consult with Him, right? And whatnot, and and take it to the Lord, and He'll give you that answer. So I'm getting off this line. So I just said I'll call you back, and have a blessed day. Shalom to you.